Got a little product on my hand. But stay tuned, enjoy, comment, share, subscribe, and all that YouTube lingo and language. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao. We're going to talk about the M.A.C Studio Radiant Foundation. This is fairly new to the M.A.C brand. So we're going to get into this. This is a serum powdered foundation, which to me means like it has a formula designed for the hydration of your skin, but with a powdered finish. Okay. I'm a powder girl, so I like to complete my look. When I do my look, I do use a lot of powdered formulas. Will that change? Who knows? But the one thing people comment on is my coverage, and I love my coverage. And thank you to those who also love my coverage. I have a lot of skin tags, and that is another. Let me just go ahead and put it out there. I love sugar, okay? I love sugar. So with me liking sugar, let's go ahead and start. I've got my primer. Most of my products are by M.A.C Cosmetics. So with me loving sugar, no, I'm not diabetic. However, that is another, I'm not gonna be the best at explaining this, but it's another degree of how my body reacts. And for those of you who have skin tags, it's how our body reacts to consuming sugar. It may not go the diabetic route, but you will be affected by skin tags. And they can easily be removed. I've had some removed in the past, so it's no big deal, but you should always watch your sugar intake. So I've already completed my primer. I'm also gonna put on eye primer and lip primer. So using the Prep+Prime 24-hour eyeshadow primer on both eyes. And the makeup that I use is strictly for my face. And then I have my makeup kit for my clients. So this is more so focused on application. I always start with a clean hands and a clean face. So that's important. So we got the face primer, the eyeshadow primer. Now we're gonna go ahead with the lip primer. Primer is not a step to be skipped. It just isn't. Primer is very important. You know, it really locks in the product that you're layering on top of your face. It also protects your skin. So why not use primer? The primers that I love to use is primers with SPF to add that extra layer of protection. So now, like I said, we're gonna try out the M.A.C Studio Radiance, but I just don't wanna apply it like a regular foundation that I normally do. I actually want to, this is actually a spanking new brush. This is the M.A.C 170 brush. I haven't even opened it yet. So let's do that. So yeah, I wanna do the brush application and the sponge application. And the reason why I'm doing it too is because with this being a serum foundation, I want the density of this brush to put as much of the product on my face. And then I just want to also use the sponge just to see how much of a difference there is in the application. So we're going to mix NC 50 with NC 47 and take it from there. Thank you, M.A.C. Thank you. Let's talk about this packaging right quick. I love how they attached the pump. Like they were doing that with some of the other foundations, but with the Studio Fix Fluid, they were not. It was a separate purchase. And I'm just like, how frustrating. How, you know, that's so frustrating that I mean, it was almost like, well, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but it was almost like, you know, if you don't get the pump, you're going to automatically use more foundation, use more product, which makes you visit the store more frequently. So anywho, using the dense foundation brush, this is the 170. So this is a brand new bottle, and that is the one NC50, and this is the NC47. Yes, I'm putting it right on the brush. Okay. Now, when it comes to foundation, you could tell my face is naturally lighter than my neck. But when I put on a foundation, it's always going to blend in. And I'm just going to go in with this dabbing motion. And I'm loving the coverage off rip. I'm loving the coverage already. Like, that didn't take too much at all. I barely put any on a brush. Normally, I'm not gonna lie, and this is just my addiction to makeup. Normally, I put 2 to 3 pumps of foundation. I'm telling you, it's a wonderful world in my life. It's a wonderful world. So I too use more than enough product, but I'm loving this coverage. It's going on so easy, gracefully, and like I said, I'm doing a dabbing motion because I feel like it gives me the application process of dabbing it on, then smearing it on. I feel like with smearing it on, it's going to remove product as I apply it, but with dabbing it on, it doesn't. Okay, so now we've evened out our skin complexion a little bit more. And that's with the brush. I'm not mad at it. And you could kind of see the difference in my complexion with the foundation and not. Can you guys see that? It's like more red over here. Love it. Now going in with the brush. This is a Makeup Forever Beauty Blender. And using the same amount, 1 pump of each application from the foundation. Mix it with my finger. Going in with that same dabbing motion as I did the brush. Now, surprisingly enough, I feel like I'm getting more foundation coverage out of the sponge. Or am I tripping? I have a very thin hairline, so I like to go up into the hairline a little bit just so I can make sure my foundation is blended well. It feels light on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy. So I didn't put any skin corrector on. I did not put anything that enhanced my foundation. No additional serums. This is strictly just primer and foundation. And I don't have any cons. So kudos to you, MAC, for finally making sure a pump is attached to the product. This comes in a 1 fluid ounce. So we could take it through TSA, no problem. And like I said, I mixed these 2 foundations to achieve the shade that I desire. So now that we have our foundation on, let's go ahead and get into the rest of our look. Now, after I do my foundation, I've hydrated my skin. We're trying the new MAC, and we'll keep on seeing how it does, see how it oxidizes as I complete my look. See here, now we're gonna do our eyebrows. Now, you guys know I don't do my eyebrows I don't just fill in my eyebrows. I'm a little dramatic when it comes to my eyebrows. So using the Pro Longwear foundation with MAC Cosmetics. This is an NC45. So the foundations that I've used have been an NC50, NC47. Now I want to create a natural highlight. And with doing that, we're going to go a shade lighter or two. And I remember when I started doing makeup and started, you guys could see my old videos, like, it was always like, oh, I'm going to take a shade or two lighter. And this is all while I was learning how to apply makeup. So I used 2 pumps of the NC45 Pro Longwear Concealer. And I'm using a flat-edged brush. This brush, oh my gosh, this is from BH Cosmetics. I don't even know if they're still around. I really don't. But I just kind of scoop some of the concealer onto the brush, and I navigate how I'm going to create my brow. Okay, so what I do is kind of just outline how I'm gonna arch my brow. So I'm just pulling the makeup out, the concealer out, so I could blend it into the rest of my look and it won't be any harsh lines. A lot of times I do end up with harsh lines, and I keep it pushing because getting ready for work. So using the same part of the beauty blender that I use to apply the foundation, I'm going to blend out that concealer onto my eyelid, and that will give my eyelid coverage, because remember, we did not put any foundation on my eyelids. I avoid my eyelids intentionally. All right. And just blending out that concealer, as well as giving our eyelids coverage. Okay, now I just want to give you guys more information about the M.A.C Studio Radiance. They promote a 12-hour long wear of Radiant. It also says that it will not cake or crease. And it pretty much is saying that they're advertising it as it's a combination of foundation and skincare combined. So it's almost like a 2-for-1 is what they're encouraging their consumers to know. So I think those are some great features. We will most definitely, we are going to be outside today. So we will most definitely get back with the review. All right, so I still have concealer left on my hand. So we're just gonna scoop that up because we don't like wasting product around here if we don't have to. And I say that lightly because I just mentioned how sometimes I'm heavy-handed with my foundation. So another 2 pumps, still using the NC45. We're gonna create our natural glow. We're using the Black Opal True Color as our setting powder. So I'm just getting that ready. Black Opal True Color. And this is in shade Neutral Light. Now, placement is everything. I know there's so many different ways you could apply concealer. And we could do it for the gram and do it on our inner corner, inner and outer corners. Or we could just make sure that we got the concealer in the areas that we desire. Because at the end of the day, if you see, when you see the girls apply the concealer in the inner and outer corners, they end up blending it in the same areas that I'm applying right now. So you end up creating almost like a heart-shaped look of your face, because that's where your light naturally hits in the day when you don't have on makeup. You get my drift? So we're just blending the concealer in here. And you see we're already creating additional layers. So that's why we don't need to go so heavy on the foundation, because it sets the stage. Perfect. The foundation sets the stage for your look. That's what I'm gonna start saying, y'all. Setting the stage. Okay, and now we're gonna go in with the black opal and set the concealer. And also use this time to create some definition in my face. With the light application of the powder. And creating a raising my face up. So I'm making sure that I'm applying this powder at an angle. So you could kind of already tell, kind of picked up my face a little bit, creating an illusion. Now I'm gonna go in underneath. Now when it comes, now my age is most definitely in my eyes. So with that being said, I like to make sure that any product that I place there, even though, you know, the foundation says it's crease resistant, we still put concealer there. And I just want to make sure that that makeup does not move. And with doing so, I'm pushing the powder, giving it a little push into my natural eye creases. I'm still loving the foundation. The foundation, it doesn't seem like it has, like the oxidization of it did not happen. Ooh, you know what? I normally put concealer down the bridge of my nose, but I didn't do it right now. So I'm gonna stop because I feel like I skipped a step, and apply some concealer down the bridge of my nose. I don't want to put too much product because we don't need to go hard in the paint. Referring to the concealer as paint. I'm going to use the other end of the brush here to blend it out. Okay, okay. And then use some of the powder to set it. So I have combination skin. I'm sure I've mentioned that many times, but for our new subscribers, just so you guys know what type of skin texture we're working with, I have an oily T-zone, and I'm have normal skin everywhere else. So just using whatever is left on the sponge to set the concealer on my eyelids and let that do what it does. And since I have oily T-zone, but it's not to the extreme of having to go so heavy on a powder. So the more oily your skin is, the longer you would like for the powder to sit. But we don't have that problem over here. It's not even a problem, just a concern. We don't have that concern. So using a fluffy brush, this has stood the test of time. I don't even know. This is Sedona Lace. Sedona Lace. So now I'm just dusting off any excess powder. Anything that did not settle into my skin. Now this is is getting to the bottom of things. This is NC60. This is the Studio Fix Stick Foundation. And I'm hitting the bottom. I've already purchased a product that I'm gonna replace what I use this for. But shucks, you know, it's hitting the bottom and MAC no longer carries it. So using a short bristle fluff brush, oh, excuse me. I'm just gonna dance it on top of what's left of my Studio Fix foundation in NW60. And I'm just going to use that to contour my face a little bit. Everywhere, pretty much in places that I did not put any concealer or powder. And this all creates definition of the face. I don't want to go in too dark because it will create a shadow effect that we don't need. So I'm just placing it on very lightly in the height of my cheekbones on a higher end. I'm not down here with it, I'm up here with it. Okay, around my hairline. We want to lift up our face. Okay. Using Fenty. This is Fenty Mocha Mami. Mocha Mama. Mocha M-A-M-I. Sure. You're not gonna get me on pronunciation. I'll just spell it out. Mocha M-A-M-I. And this is the color. And I'm using, shoot, this is, I forget which brand of brush this is, but it's a flat, fluffy brush. Just smudging it on, getting a little bit of product, and bring that right on top of where we placed the Studio Fix foundation stick NW60. This brings warmth to our look. We don't want it to look so harsh in these streets. And sometimes if I'm in the moment, I'll use whatever's left on the brush and hit up my jawline. Still using the Fenty product. Now I'm going in with an angled fluff brush. And this is by Bellium, Bdellium Tools. Getting some of that on there to contour. And with this, I love to bring it up into my eyelid, especially if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow, to shape out the look of my nose. And of course, I make an effort to not make it look so apparent that, you know, that's what the look is giving. And you could tell, you can see as I get up into this area, I kind of swirl it out as a way of blending it. And you can tell by now also that that concealer that we use to shape out our area for our eyebrows, it's still there. It has settled. And that's what I love about the Pro Longwear concealer. That's what I love about the Pro Longwear concealer. So now, as you can see, we kind of created the shape of our look. I always say, like, when people call me and interrupt me, I always say, oh, I'm putting on my second face, I'll call you back or whatever. So, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. All this product, all this money that we're putting on our face, we are creating. Now, I'm going in, we're going to use, this is Makeup Forever. This is actually a new product that I've been trying and I love it. This is a Twist and Light, HD Skin Twist and Light. And this is Ebony Deep, the 4.0 color. And I kind of just use this as a, I use this as a blush highlight, so to speak. You can tell you gotta twist it here. So I got more than enough product. It's a twist bottom. But hold up. I like to bring my look together. And we'll bring our look together. This is Dark Deepest. This is the M.A.C Mineralized Skin Finish. Like I told you, I like to use a lot of powder. So a lot of powdered products. So I like to bring all what we created that will appear underneath this makeup. So I just put like a light coat of the Mineralized Dark Deepest on our face. So our look won't look so harsh. And when I'm using the word harsh, I just want it to all marry. I want the entire look to marry. That's what I'm saying. without taking away from the look. So that's the mineralized. So now it just looks like, it doesn't look like, oh, concealer here, blush there. It doesn't look so heavy. Okay. Our stage is almost ready for performing. Now going in with the Makeup Forever, I'm using the same brush that I just used for the mineralized skin finish. You might say like, well, aren't you crossing products? If you're using little amount of your makeup, you're really not affecting it that much. Okay. So I'm just dabbing it in here, and I like to shake it off as I bring it out. And dab a little on both sides and bring it up. Now if I'm feeling the spirit, sometimes I'll settle some on my forehead, you know, other places, pretty much in the same areas where I put the concealer. And it kind of, I mean, you see it, you see the glow, 'cause I do, but it gives your skin like a nice little glow. And with today's weather, it needs it. Now, this is my oldie but goodie, so I'm really like holding on to every little bit I have of this. This is from Jackie Aina and Artist Couture collaboration. I think this collaboration was like many moons ago. When I say many moons, I mean like 2017 many moons. I've had a period where I wasn't wearing makeup as often. And so, yeah, that's how I was able to hold on to this product for so long. That assisted in it. So I'm just adding a little highlight in certain areas. I mean, I love this stuff. It looks so natural and so radiant at the same time. Hopefully, I mean, if they still carry, I know they don't no longer have the collaboration with Jackie Aina anymore, but you know, if I would say, I will revisit this brand for highlights to see what other highlights they have. This is the Artist Couture. Like, I like that subtle yet pop. And if you haven't seen, my looks on my IG is beauty.by.esene, where I do display some of my looks. I like to add the highlight on my Cupid bow area. Like that. All right, you guys. Now, I'm sure you guys are like, when is she gonna put her brows on? But I gotta get done with the face first. So now that we have the brows are already halfway done. It's just a matter of filling them in by using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the brow pen in chocolate. That's what we're using, this brow pen in chocolate. And you already could see that I already have, my brows are very sparse. But most of them are already, you know, I leave most of them visible as a guideline, and also it helps fill in. And I just love to create natural hair strokes of my eyebrow. This most definitely helps fill in the look. And I'm just creating natural strokes lightly. And then when I come to where I would love to see my arch, I get very quiet because I'm trying to concentrate, but I create a little path. And then I go a little higher to create the top side of that same arch. Like that. And then I just fill it in. And there's my brow. Now, I've always said, and most of you know, that your eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins. So this is where we pray to make them related as possible. And I am blessed with the capability to use both hands. How's that looking, y'all? Look at me talking like I'm on live right now. All right. Pretty related as could be. All right, so there are the brows for those of you who have been patiently waiting. Now we're going in with Brush Black. This is the MAC eyeliner. And I like to bring in my beauty mark, bring that back from the coverage that I put over it. And I also like to use this for my eyeliner. And no look is complete until we apply Esene Beauty lashes. And right now, my go-to of my brand is the Fala lashes. These lashes, I think, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to be real honest with you guys. This is probably like my 5th or 6th time wearing this same exact pair of eyelashes. So they've already are familiar with the shape of my eye. It's one thing I love about these lashes. They're already familiar with the shape. It's not like I have to shape it time and time again, every application. And I feel like they're not as dramatic. Like I wear these are easily an everyday wear. So that's ready to apply because I like to wait for the glue to get a little tacky. All right, and now for the other brow. I mean, the other eyelash, the other brow. Thin layer of glue on the brim of the eyelash. Let it dry down a little bit. Foundation still looking fabulous. I do feel like it is giving me like a radiance. And what I mean by that, I just feel like my skin looks like it's up, you know? And now we're just going to lay this on our lash line and place it how we want it to be placed. This is one of M.A.C's new mascaras, the shampooing sec pore. It's a lash dry shampoo refresher. I'm not really a fan of this. And what it's saying, lash dry shampoo. Being that I only put mascara on my lower lashes, I really didn't read into what type of mascara this is, and that's probably why I'm not too much of a fan. But I mean, it's all right, you know, it's not like the worst, but it's just not giving. It's just not always giving. It separates my lower lash, so I do love that. All right, so there we have it. Now for the final part of our look, we're doing an ombre brown, a brown ombre, however you want to say it. This is Melt Cosmetics, and this is shade Ebony. So I like to start with the outer part of my lips with the darkest shade. This is like a nice chocolate brown. And I kind of gotten away from using lip liners. I just use the lipstick now. Reason being, it gives me the coverage that I desire. And I can still control it with the doe foot of the lipstick. So I would like to consider that the looks that I do, although could be looked at as not your everyday wear to work look, got a little glue. Although it's not your everyday wear to work look, it still gives I feel like it still gives like something that you could wear every day to work. because it's not so overpowering. It's not so in your face. It's still, everything still blends. Everything still, you know, your normal application of any makeup, whether my eyelashes are shorter, whether my highlight is more intense, whether my lipstick is of another shade. I stay within the safe zone with the browns, the reds, the pinks, the neutral safe colors when it comes to work. So I don't do anything too over the top, but I love an ombre look. I love a cute ombre because we're always trying to still be our creative self when we're wearing a uniform to work. You still want to be your creative self, right? So my creative self is bringing in my makeup without breaking any rules or policies. Now I'm going in with a lighter brown. Sorry, this, you guys, not too many of my followers are a fan of this brand, but when someone steps out the box with their colors and allows other creatives to explore those different types of colors or products, indoor products, I'm about that life. So this is a Tax Break by Jeffree Starr Cosmetics, and I like using matte lipsticks to create my ombre looks. So I'm just going in a little deeper or a little bit more towards the center with this brown. And just blending it right next to the Ebony with Melt Cosmetics. Still being mindful of my lip shape. I feel like as I'm speaking to you, everything's so broken up because I'm trying to apply the lipstick at the same time. So I do apologize. But as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm really just giving it the opportunity to dry down because I like each color to dry down a little bit before I apply the next color. Then that way it won't take away from the blending effect that I would love to achieve. Another Jeffree Starr color. This is called Jeffree's Nudes. I don't know. That light is hitting that product. So it's like a real pale skin tone. And I like to pop that right in the center. Now you could use your lips to blend the color. You could use a brush to help blend. You could use a lot of things to help blend the color. But I just like using my lips for the blend. And this is our look, you guys. And we always love to finish off the look with a setting spray. I'm still going through the Fix Plus, the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. This is the matte of that line. And please, please, please don't forget to shake this up. I had let this sit for some time and then I went right into using it. And I ended up with all these little white dots on my completed look. It was like white dots all over my face and I wasn't trying to create a costume look. So please make sure you set the matte version of the Fix Plus. Shake it up really well. Before you take your additional shower in it like I love to do. All right, everyone. So this is our completed natural look. I mean, I really feel like this is a natural look, you guys. I'm not doing anything. This look has nothing dramatic going on. And the compliments are just our lashes and our ombre lip. I'll probably end up throwing a little lip gloss on top of it so it won't look so matted. And it won't take away from the ombre. It's there. We used our lip primer, so that lipstick is going to stay there and stay true. The lashes, even though I just drenched my look into some Fix Plus spray or setting spray, however, whichever you love, everything stays put. And this Radiance foundation, I think I'm happy. I'm pleasantly surprised with this foundation. It did not oxidize too much. It's still giving my skin that, and it feels, the feeling, if I could describe it to you guys through this lens, it's giving me nothingness. Like, I don't feel like it's on my face heavy. It just feels like there's really nothing on my, there isn't anything on my face. And you guys were a witness to how many products we applied. So it's not a heavy foundation. The serum is doing what it needs to do. I do feel like it's giving a radiance off my look, and we'll just see how it lasts. It says a 12-hour radiant long wear with a 24-hour wear look. So I guess it kind of dulls out. We'll see after the 12 hours, and we'll follow up from there. So we're halfway through the day, and the foundation is holding up. I don't feel like it has shifted. I don't feel like it has became oily and or dry. It's still giving me like that radiant finish, natural glow. All right, MAC. Showing up, showing out.